Alright, so here's a differential on the Miata. Here's the fuel plug and the drain plug. So the drain plug is a 24 millimeter and the fuel plug is a 23 millimeter. Alright, so before you do anything, you need to make sure you have all the stuff that you need. So you have a drain pan down here. Got my drain pan, as well as obviously my two sockets, socket wrench. Make sure you have the right oil. This is Mazda's differential oil, so that's what you want. All right. So that's what's used for the rear end, and you have a couple of washers for the drain plug and the fuel plug. Here's the part number. So it's this, let's see, which one is it? It's the bottom one. So it's the 41800. Okay. So that's the part number for that one. What else do you need? Since the fill, there's no space up here for the bottle. You need to get one of these pumps. So basically, what you do is you put this end, this end here into the bottle, and it pumps, and it comes out this end right here into the differential. All right, so that's what we're gonna do now. Let's see. I'm gonna get it so that way the camera's not in my way. Let's see if I can get it from this point of view. I can get the fuel plug. Drain plug's is hidden. I'll show the drain plug in a minute. But before you actually drain it out, since this has never been touched before, one of the things I wanted to do was I actually wanted to check the level from the factory, see if it's actually at the proper level or not. So what I've heard from other people say is that theirs is not full basically. Normally when it's full, you keep on filling it until it drips out. That's when you know it's full. So I want to see if it's full or not. So let's take a look at that. All right. So everything's still hot. I just drove this thing, and today's it's been hot. It actually got up to about 100 degrees, or just under it. So it's been sitting here for at least half an hour, but it's still pretty hot. All right, so nothing's dripping out, so I know it's not overfilled. All right. Okay, here's my hand, my clean finger here. I'm gonna stick it in. Actually, that's kind of big. I'm gonna stick my pinky in. So I'm gonna stick this in, and I'm gonna feel down. Okay, it's definitely wet down there. So it's pretty much filling the oil. Is pretty much there. So it's just about full, or just underneath, just below full. Probably maybe within a few millimeters of being full. So that's good there. So let me switch socket over to the bigger one. So I'm gonna do the drain plug, which is down right here. You guys can barely see the head of the socket wrench. That's what the drain plug is. I barely have any clearance on my wrench here. Oops, sorry for the noise. I'm in this pit. My car pit here is this is a car pit, right? So when I first moved in here, the previous owner was he was a car guy. He was into classic cars, so he had had a bunch of classic cars, which is cool. I don't think I ever saw any of them. Because I just rent this. I just rent a little room here, a little studio apartment in the back here. But what I was told is that the previous owner was into cars, and he had like half a dozen classic cars, and he owned this property for like 40 years, and this car pit was one of the things that he did, that he did for himself. And this is sort of his, because that's what he's into. So I was fortunate enough to. Whoa, it's hot, very hot, Jesus. So I was fortunate enough to rent this place, rent out the studio apartment in the back, and have this little carpet so I could, do work. So the car's still leveled, so I don't have to worry about, jack stands and all this stuff. And when I'm changing differential fluid or transmission fluid or anything where I need the car to stay level, it's good. So let's look at the drain plug. So you see the metallic here from the metal shavings. That's pretty much normal, especially on the newer if the fluid's never been changed. And this, as far as I know, this fluid has never been changed on this car. It's almost 3 years old. It's gonna be 3 years old, I think, next month, I think, or another month, a month and a half, or something like that, like end of September, I think. So another month and a half. And it actually doesn't have that many miles on it. When I bought it, it only had over 2,000 miles. And just this past month, I put over 5,000 miles on it. So now I have over 7,000 miles. I should have changed this fluid before I went on my 4,000 mile road trip. But that's okay. It's gonna. It should be fine. And most people don't do this anyways. They don't do this. Some people never do this, which is why the differential goes bad. And the people that do it, they might do it at a later period of time. Right. So let's look at the drain plug now. So you see there's a magnet. There's a magnet there, right? So I like drain plugs that have magnets on there. It catches all those metal shavings. So this one didn't actually have that much metal shavings. I've seen worse. But then again, this car only has, only has a little bit over 7,000 miles. So I'm gonna wipe this surface here. There's some stuff going out. So I'm gonna wipe that surface. Put the drain plug back in. Put on the new washer. So these washers, they're called sealing washers. Some people call them crush washers, because what they are is they're made out of aluminum, so they're very soft. So when you tighten the nut down, the bolt down here, the plug, that aluminum washer will kind of get crushed a little bit, and that will seal that spot. Because if you had a steel washer, it wouldn't have any give. So it would not be able to, it wouldn't be able to seal, right? So you'll have a leak basically. So that's what that is. So you'll see it on transmissions. You see it on transmissions. On I just lost my light here. What happened to my light? You see it on transmissions, on differentials, engine oil, and such. So I'm not sure what the torque spec for this is. I don't think it's very high. I mean, it's a pretty big plug. It's a big bolt, but this case here is aluminum, so it's soft. So I'm not gonna use too much. Oops, I'm not gonna use too much torque on there. It's probably, if I were to guess, it's probably like maybe 12 or 15 foot-pounds or something like that. Shouldn't be much at all. The good thing with aluminum crush washers is that when you tighten it up, you actually feel it getting crushed down. If you're new to it, I don't suggest you just muscling it on there. You could strip the threads, but if you're more experienced, you can actually, and you know the feel, you could actually tell how much to torque it down just by the feel. So good thing is I'm pretty experienced with this. That's it. So I know how it feels. So I don't even need to actually torque it down or use a torque wrench. See, that was the drain. And the feel is pretty simple, but it's kind of slow, so it takes a little bit of a while. So I'm gonna do a separate video. So we're at the 10-minute mark already.